Yo, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Hope y'all had a great day so far. Good evening to everyone. This is your boy Food Junkie, and you saw the title, Privileged. Let's talk about it. What's up, Nubiology baby? How you doing, sweetheart? What's up, Darcy? How you doing? Trigger warning. Trigger warning. This is a trigger warning. Some of you may be triggered. Some of you may be upset. Some of you may agree. Some of you may not agree. But I'm letting you know this conversation is going to cover all types of privilege and the bullshit that is being discussed and going on YouTube at this present time. So this is a trigger warning. This may be some gaslighting. This may be some some dog whistling, and things of that nature. What's up, Trish? How you doing, baby? What's up, Miss Queenie, baby? How are you doing? Baby, I was called fat. I was called too skinny and ugly. I had to let motherfuckers know. You can never. These are body goals for you. These are body goals for a lot of you motherfuckers. Those older and those who younger. I'm just letting y'all know. Anyways, and it looks better than that because that was like almost 9-10 months ago. It's much better than that now. Anyway, more defined. I'm just saying, like I said, don't let me take off this shirt on y'all asses and show you how skinny I am not. I'm only skinny because the motherfuckers are fat. It is what the fuck it is. But anyways, enough of that. Enough of that thirst trapper situation. On to this title of privileged. Let's talk about it. Now, what's going on right now is a conversation about Villanova and her crying, which is a way of people saying that, she is using light skin privilege. I did a video about this. Some of you may remember the video I did a while ago about understanding and recognizing the privilege that we all have as people in general. What I am seeing on here, based on this whole Villanova thing, I don't know Villanova. So Villanova, if you happen to hear this or see this or someone's told me, baby, I don't know you. Only known of you the past couple of days since the video that Jay Wilson was on there. I checked out the video. I checked out your response to what y'all interaction was a couple of days ago. And I checked out your video yesterday with Cinda Williams. I love me some Cinda Williams. I love me some More Better Blues. And I was happy that she sung that song on your panel yesterday. It was great. And y'all are friends. That's great. But I don't know Villanova. I don't watch Villanova. And I wanted to type in Villanova's chat yesterday, but the message came up that if you're not subscribed more than 10 minutes, you can't type in her chat. So guess what I did? Watched from the bushes and kept it moving. Not typing in her chat. I'm not going to subscribe to someone just because they're the it girl for the moment. They're the it person for the month. They're the it girl for the week. Remember Kimmy? She was also the it girl for a couple of weeks. And look where she's at now. So I don't just subscribe to people because everyone else is subscribing to them and everyone else is big upping them and liking them. Thus far, I like what Villanova have to offer. But, and it's a big but, no offense, Villanova, baby, I can't support someone who is diehard for someone like 5A. I just can't. Because we know what 5A does. We know how nasty and vicious and deceitful and lying 5A is. And someone who is that diehard for 5A, I think he has some of the same qualities as a 5A. You just hide it better. So I can't support that, which is why I didn't subscribe and or type in your chat yesterday. But what I wanted to say is when Cindy Williams says something like, where she asked the question, what do you think it is about the whole casting couch situation? And Cindy Williams said it's not about the sex, it's about power. My comment would have been, so is rape. Rape is not about sex, it's about power. That's all I wanted to type in her chat. Because that's the only thing that kind of moved me to chorus to type in her chat when Cindy Williams said that the whole casting couch thing isn't about sex, it's about power. And I just was going to type, rape is also about power, it's not about sex. So like I said, why would I subscribe to someone to say what I can say on my own channel? But that's nor here or there. I'll mention Villanova because she's a conversation piece right now. She's a person who everyone's talking about, and this light skin privilege that they say she have. Now, like I said, I watched the video when she did the response, and I guess during the response is when she cried. But I didn't notice she was crying. Maybe because I'm insensitive to people's tears, that I don't care about someone crying or not. Because to me, anytime someone's crying when they're not getting what they want or something like that, if you can express to me verbally why you're crying, where you're hurt, your tears go over my head. So I didn't even recognize she was crying until I went back to look at it on, who was it this morning? Beefing 313. And Pizarro's funny. She's like, I don't like white people. I don't like light skinned people. It's not. I don't even like myself, and I'm light skinned. Now that cracked me up. Now that was funny. Pizarro was funny with that one right there. I laughed at that. That was hilarious, Pizarro. And I don't like her either, or watch her either. I don't say like. I don't watch her either. But that was on Beefing 313 on channel, and I found that extremely funny. But I didn't even know that she was crying until I saw it on Beefing 313, and this conversation was going on. But it's funny how someone wants to pull that out and say that was her using light skin privilege. To me, all women who want their way cries to get their way. It could be her using her feminine wiles. It could have been her using that privilege, that woman privilege. She's fighting a man for the first time. They went back and forth. She's upset. And she's a woman. She's going to use that against a man because that's what y'all use all the time on these black gay men here on YouTube. So it could have been that privileged. But also in that Beef at 313 was that it led me to over to Brianna's channel and watching some things. And Brianna Simone said some stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's not true. You're talking loud. You have a nice narrative, and you have a lot of nice backing around you, whatever. But what you're saying is not exactly the truth. And let me tell you what's not exactly the truth. Brianna made a comparison that if what's her name? If Demetra Lit All Day was on here crying because she was beefing with someone, people would look at her as a weak bitch. Brianna, that's not true, baby. How soon do we forget? Remember when Demetra Lit All Day was beefing with Lovely Love, when their friendship first dissolved, they were going back and forth. You know, when they were going back and forth, Demetra Lit All Day and Lovely Love. Didn't Demetra Lit All Day cry online? Because that friendship was, well, my interpretation was because she was crying because that friendship was dissolved and it was cool in real life. It was a mixture of frustration and the fact that she felt that she was betrayed by Lovely Love. Am I wrong? Miss Quinny, you're everywhere, baby. You know that. Some of y'all also there. Didn't Demetra Lit All Day cry when she was reading, roasting, and gagging and dragging Lovely Love? And no one said Demetra was weak. No one thought that. See, it's these biases and these privileges that we all have or don't have, but know that if we had them, we would use them in the way that, you know what I'm saying, we're saying that, other people are using them. See, I'm not quite sure what the problem is or the disconnect that people have here on YouTube. It's like I can do something, I can say something, I can use this privilege, but someone else can't. And not only just the light-skinned, dark-skinned, hey, Kwani, baby, how you doing? Not only Kwani cried when she's beefing. Kwani cried when she was beefing with Sean. Because at that time, she truly cared for Sean. And she couldn't believe that he did what he did to her. See, a lot of people on here has cried in the middle of a beef, argument, or whatever you choose to call it. But somehow, no one wants to say what it really truly is. Now, I haven't seen a man cry on here when they're beefing with someone. So is it that every time a woman cries, if she's arguing with a man, would it then be her using that privilege as a woman to gain sympathy and empathy for her and her plight? See, we all have privileges. We all have privilege. And if you don't know what your privilege is, if you can't use your privilege to your advantage, then that's on you. There's no issue whatsoever with someone using their privilege against someone else to get what they need. We're human beings, exactly. We're human beings. So when someone wants to tilt an argument or tilt a stance or frame a narrative, they throw out all these extra things that doesn't mean anything to anyone but them and their group and their narrative. See, when I realized that Villanova was crying today, because I said, I don't care that much. Tears don't move me because I don't care. I don't know you. If you can't tell me why you're hurting, I don't care that you're crying. What's up, really, BB? How you doing? Quantity, you know I use all my privileges, baby. See, the honesty of Kwani. Sometimes she get on my damn nerves. I want to choke the shit out of her. But the honesty is what still draws me to Kwani. The honesty of a Tracy still draws me to a Tracy. Yes, Tracy get things wrong all the time. But the fact that she does stand in what she do is why I still like Tracy. Why I still fucks with Kwani on here. We don't talk behind the scenes, Kwani, do we? You good, baby? That's what's up. Oh, really be. I was talking to somebody today about how to eat blue crabs. They told me that I like to break open the body part and eat the meat that way. I don't know, but you got to show me how to eat those blue crabs, though. Would you be killing them? Do you understand? I don't need all the theatrics. I don't need all the extras, the things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Honesty is what keeps me that a connection with people. Live in your honesty. Live in your truth. If you don't recognize your truth or your privileges, that's your issue. Don't try to blame somebody because they live in their what's up, Elsep? How you doing? And that's why I came live on Nubiology. Because all these slants and stuff is ridiculous. You want people, just because you have a larger audience and you have a loud voice, you think that everyone's supposed to believe almost crap season that you're right. No, you're wrong. Villanova, she happens to be very fair skinned. I think she's mixed or something like that. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. Because like I said, I don't watch her like that, so I don't follow her genealogy pool, anything like that. I haven't looked up her ancestry.com yet. I'm not going to, but that's a joke. But I'm just saying, I don't care. She's a fair-skinned woman who identifies as a black woman. Period. And we have people, and she's fairly attractive. And not against anyone. But it's usually people who are not fair-skinned and not very attractive who find a problem with light-skinned, fairly attractive people. Trust me. Trust me. That's why I'm cocky the way I am. That's why people say I'm conceited. That's why people say I'm arrogant. No, I'm not. None of those things really. I'm cool as fuck, to be honest with you. It's not. But I'm not going to let you tear me down to build yourself up. I'm not going to allow you to build a narrative on me because you're insecure in who you are. And not saying the people who are saying it is insecure. But there is some elements of insecurity there when you think the first thing you see when a light-skinned person is crying is they're using a light-skinned privilege. The first thing you come to is that conclusion. Now, let me tell you all the privileges that I have, that I use to my full advantage. I'm fairly attractive. I use that to my advantage at all times. I have a nice body. I use that to my advantage at all times. I'm fairly smart, fairly articulate. I am a tall drink of water. You don't think I use that to my advantage all the time? What's up, Doc? How you doing, baby? Nothing to do with my skin tone, but just who I am. And I use every aspect of who I am to my advantage at every moment of the day. And I don't apologize for it. I don't have an explanation for it. I'm not going to explain it to you. I'm not going to ask you for your permission to do so. And if you don't like that, that's your issue, not mine. Now, like I said, hey, Almond Bar, baby, how you doing? You thirsty, Almond, baby? You thirsty, baby? You thirsty? Want to quench that thirst, mama? But yeah, it is what it is. I'm sick and tired. Like, women has privilege all the time. Every time you argue with a man, oh, well, he's a man. Men shouldn't argue with women. What? If you have the audacities and the galls to argue and cuss me out, you think I'm not going to return a favor to you? It doesn't mean I hate all women. It doesn't mean I don't like any woman. It means that the woman that cussed me out will get cussed the fuck out back. Mothers, oh, don't talk about my child. Don't talk about my child. That's a privilege. That's one of your weapons that you... Almond Brown, stop it, baby. You saw that picture on my thumbnail, Almond. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry, my community page, my last post, you saw it. Don't do it, Almond. But anyways, being a mother, don't talk about kids. That's a privilege that y'all back on, especially on here every day. The sick, that's a privilege. Although you're sick, it's still a privilege. Oh, don't talk about the sick and shut in. Why? They were sick and shut in when they did some shit to me. Don't drag a mom. She was a mom when she did the fucked up shit to me. It is what it is. Exactly. Pretty smile and big booty for privilege. Exactly. Thank you for standing in that. Thank you for standing in that. The old, oh, well, they're old and elderly, old to be your grandma. Then my grandma should have kept her fucking mouth shut then. Grandma should have kept her fucking mouth shut. Because she was a grandma when she talked that shit. When she ran that mouth. Now you want to be old and feeble. And I don't know what's going on. It's elder abuse. Y'all trying to abuse me because I'm an elder. Y'all want to take advantage of me because I'm an elder. No, you was an elder when you was running your mouth. See, all these privileges that we have that we take advantage of when it fits our narrative. No, stop the bullshit. I didn't think, my opinion now, you're entitled to yours, I'm entitled to mine. I don't think that Villanova used her light-skin privilege to her advantage at that point. It became that for whoever thought that. I felt once I saw it and recognized it, because I said, I don't care if someone's crying, it doesn't do with me. I felt that it was her using a woman's card a little bit, her being frustrated that she really can't say what she wanted to say because she spoke to her cousin and he kind of talked her off the ledge. So it was out of frustration that she really wanted to say something and really go at him, but she couldn't do that. See, I have a sister. Beautiful. My older sister is beautiful. Growing up, I saw her cry to get what she wanted, cry to get out of trouble, cry to, you're saying, make little boys around the neighborhood was not give her money, things of that nature. I have an aunt, gorgeous, oh God, beautiful, 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 even to this day, and she's in her damn near 60s. She's a beautiful lady. Beautiful, long, curly black hair with a little gray patch up front, big old booty, thick thighs, small waist. Still to this day, beautiful. Walk to a room, turn heads. I grew up watching her seduce and use men because she is a beautiful woman. Both of them just so happen to be light skinned. I have a dark skinned aunt, just as beautiful. Same thing. I grew up around beautiful women using their beauty and their body to get what they want. So that's why today it doesn't affect me. I say that you're beautiful. Yeah, I can acknowledge that. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. Now what? What else do you have to offer? What's your moral code like? What's your integrity like? What else do you have to offer? See, the privilege of being beautiful, that gets dumb men and dumb people to fall for you. Even in my case, being a fairly attractive person, if I could seduce you or flirt with you or, beguile you with my little charm and things of that nature, I don't respect that. Because look past the physical and try to find out what's going on with the mental and the moral and the emotional. See, but I know what I'm doing. That's why I call it sex espionage. Y'all think that I just use that word because that just word came up and I just started using it on old dude from Baltimore? No, baby. I've been surrounded by people who use sex espionage. I gave y'all a story time about my uncle and my aunt. How I watched a man and a woman in my family go through it and send people through it because they're really, really attractive. My uncle had women going crazy, writing suicide notes and things because he wouldn't commit to them and them only. Had my aunt, she had people buy her houses and cars, literally paid cash for it. She only dated rich men. I watched that growing up. I learned from them. I just have a moral compass different than theirs. But don't mean I don't know what privilege I have by looking the way I look, by being who I am. See, I don't know her. Exact numerology. Thank you. Thank you. Your first battle like that, and it gives you all this, that's a lot of emotions within a couple of days if you're not used to it. I think she gained like 1,000 subscribers over the past week or so. That's a lot. The expectations. You are vibrating. You are vibrating. What in the Nickelodeon? What in the Nickelodeon? But yeah, if you know, like your son recognized that, Sean, at 8 years old. See, my thing is this: what I don't like is when people try to play dumb, like they don't know what's going on. There's a privilege of being overweight. It really, truly is. It's a privilege of being short. Whatever qualities that make you who you are, there really is a privilege in it. You just have to find your angle and your way around so that thing works for you. They're disabled. It's a privilege in being disabled. It's a privilege in being handicapped. People may think, what do you mean by that? Think about it. When you go to any public parking space, who sits there? Who is parked in the front? The handicap. That's a privilege, which means you don't have to walk so far to get to or from the building. That's a privilege. It may not be a desired look for someone, but it's a privilege nonetheless. See, everyone thinks that everything people say is always negative. White privilege, black privilege, light skin privilege, dark skin privilege. It's a privilege of being dark skinned as well. It's a privilege in that. Not only a health situation, but it's just a privilege because to me, black is beautiful. The darker you are, literally, the sweeter the juice. I love a dark-skinned brother. I love a dark-skinned woman. Rick told y'all, he's not my type. Rick is not my type. A dark-skinned man is my type. My husband is my type. He's dark. He's Jamaican. He's dark. He's dark. He ain't dark as I would like him to be, but he's dark enough. When you want to play victim or be a victim because someone has a quality that you don't have and you want to use it against them to try to dig at them, then you say, oh, they're using a privilege as a negative thing. But yet you use your privilege all the time. Use your feminine wiles. Use the fact that you have maybe you have long hair or good or quote unquote good hair. Your hair is not 4C. Use the fact that you're smart, you're articulate. Those are all privileges. But now all of a sudden that some new person on the block happens to be light-skinned, happens to be somewhat attractive, happens to be articulate, happens to be professional. See, we have a problem with wanting to be the only one in the room that fit all these quote-unquote high-end, high-scale boxes. And then get mad at the ones who come in and fit those boxes a little bit better than we do. Don't have to shave a little bit off the edge. Just slides right on in there. I don't get it. Exactly. Hide blemishes. Doesn't wrinkle. There's a privilege of being that. Have more melanin in your skin so you're more susceptible to be in sun and less likely to have skin cancer. Not saying you won't get it, but you're less likely to because you have more melanin in your skin. There's privileges to that, medical and just beneficial to me because I'll put a little bit of Vaseline or some cocoa butter on your skin, baby. Your shea butter, your skin is popping. And I'm like drooling, like, oh my God. Damn, she look good. Damn, he look good. Look at them legs. Look at that booty. Shit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Well, is that definitely use what you got to get what you want, but at the same time, recognizing what you have is the first step to using what you have to get what you want, and not being able to try to manipulate people to give you what you want. Yes, I'm attractive. Now what? Can I have a conversation with you? Yes, I can. Am I smart? Yes, I am. Am I talented? Yes, I am. Am I driven? Yes, I am. Do I have a moral compass? Yes, I am. Do I have integrity? Yes, I do. So just having this one surface thing isn't enough. Exactly, Kwani. You just have to know how to use your privileges. People want you to sit here and downplay who you are or your talents and your gifts while they constantly uplifting their own. And when you uplift your gifts, was not, or something just happens where you may feel emotional. Oh, they're using that light skin privilege. Well, it's not. No. At some point, we need to stop this BS. Because it doesn't fit the narrative that we want it to fit, we want to switch it and tilt it and slant it and then get upset when someone says, no, that's not what happened. You're entitled to your opinion, yes. But at the same time, if your opinion is drenched in biases, what's the point? That's why I said from the very beginning, I don't know Villanova. I didn't subscribe to Villanova. I saw Kwani in the chat typing in Villanova's chat, and some other people, whatever. When I tried to type that one thing, it said I can't type unless I'm subscribed. I chose not to type. And that was a privilege of mine, being able to sit back, stand back, listen to commentary without typing. Because I don't want to give you a click in it. Well, I don't want to give you a subscription based on your company. And I mean, that's me being honest. So that tells you right there, I don't have her side. I'm not taking her side, but I'm sick and tired of people telling these slanted narratives and these slanted stories to fit their own personal bias narratives. It's not right. It's not correct. You can still not agree with someone what's not, but still see what's right there in front of you. You can still not be down with someone because you don't like who they affiliate with. Like I said, I don't like Fi because I know Fi is not a good person. I'm sorry. I just don't think she's a good person. She may be good to some people, but she's not a good person to me. That's just how it is. Just like I'm not for everybody. I get it. I understand it. And you don't like me because someone else don't like me. Cool. You be the follower, pick me type of individual. It's not. I'll still be an individual person who have his own mind and live his life the way he lives his life and move through this world the way I move through this world, which has been successful for me. Exactly. Right. What else you have? See, I have a book that I've outlined, and the title of it is "Pretty, Talented, and Smart's Not Enough." Those are great things to be. Those are three great qualities to have. But being pretty, being talented, and being smart is not enough. Because those will open some doors for you, but once you get into that door, what are you going to do? Are you driven? Are you motivated? Are you a hard worker? Are you confident? Or do you have a moral character, a moral standing? Do you have some integrity about yourself? All those things will get you further if you have those three basic things: pretty, smart, and talent. You must have something else to offer someone. You must have something else to offer to the table besides you, unless that's what you want to offer and that's all that you have to offer. I don't like Jay Wilson either, JoJo. I think he's fucked up as well. I've been saying it for the past several videos I have. They are the same person. Jay Wilson and Jaime are definitely the same people. For some reason, I can stomach Jay Wilson a bit more so than 5A. For some reason, I can't control that. Sometimes you can't control who you stomach, who you can't stomach. Although, like I said, I see him. I see exactly who he is. Oh no, you don't. No, 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 you don't. No, you don't. No, 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 no. If I know someone murdered someone and I still choose to support them, I'm no better than that murderer. If I know someone is a rapist and I know that they've raped people before and I still support them, I'm just as bad. If I know someone is a thief and I still choose to support them, I'm no better than that thief. If I know someone is a liar, a habitual liar, a constant liar, and I choose to still back up those lies that they told, I'm no different than that liar. It's funny that people say judge people for their own merit. Part of your merit is knowing that someone is not telling the truth, someone is being deceitful and divisive, and you're still supporting them. And no offense, not to drag this person into it, what's not, but it is what it is. That's why I don't fuck with Tracy D. For years, you hung around Phi, watching her do all the most vile shit, say the most vile shit in the world to everyone. You knowing it's not true, but you're still standing there. You're still being by there. You're still going to people's jobs and going out of town to start shit with people. Allowing them to drag you into this situation where you and her was quote unquote supposed to drag somebody. Now all of a sudden, you see the light. And everything that you did everything that she did and you was around doing it, you don't agree with. You're wrong. She's wrong. How dare she do that? And you spread all the business now all of a sudden. And you think that apology makes up for what you've done previously when you was around her for the past 2+ years? It doesn't. Villanova, Tracy D, same people. Tracy D may be a great person. Everyone who met her says she's fun. They like her. But I just can't get around the fact that you made a conscious decision to be around mess and bullshit and divisiveness for so long. And now all of a sudden, now that turned against you for whatever reason, we may never know. You want to drag and expose what you've done and how you felt about it, how you thought it was so wrong. But it wasn't so wrong when you was doing it, though. I'm just saying, nothing against Tracy D. But that's just how I feel. Every time I hear her tell a story about Phi, first question I ask is, why was you there? Why didn't you say this when she was doing all this stuff? Oh, that time you was the same person as she was. You thought the same, but now that y'all are on the outs, You've changed who you are. But yet you're still behind the scenes talking to people and talking shit even about her. I don't understand how people don't listen to what I say when I say how you befriend someone and defriend someone is how you would do everyone. Watch those things. So yeah, that's why the whole judge people by their own merits, it sounds good, and I wish I could. But if I know that you around a known liar and supporting a known liar and you're heavy with that, like it's one thing watching these people. It's like I don't know these people. It's not. I don't talk to these people online. I'm offline. The people I do talk to offline don't do those things. And if they're attacking someone or does something that may be questionable, it's a retaliation for what was done to them. People I mess with just don't. Well, one person does, and but they know how I feel about that. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, people that I choose to associate with don't just go around picking and poking people and then crying victim after they get poked back. They stand in their shit. They stand in what they've done, what they say. I don't know what they do behind the scenes, not with me, but they don't do it with me. I'm not talking about people what's not about spreading information was not and trying to hurt people was not on here. I don't know anybody to try to hurt them. Like I said, although I don't agree with what Jay Wilson losing his job, it wasn't right. But guess what? It's okay. Because if he don't learn his lessons was not, it's going to happen again. The only person that can help him or the only person that can hurt him truly is himself. Now, I said, I'll point out all kind of lies he's untold on here in the past several days. People like, well, it doesn't matter what is the point because y'all are entertained by it, the bullshit. That's why I look at people like what it says more about you than it says about them. The problem isn't a Jay Wilson. The problem isn't a Five Bay. The problem is the people that support them and pay them for that bad behavior. That's the problem to me. That's how I see the problem. And that's a privilege of mine to be able to step outside of what's there and look at the picture. Like, what is the cause of this? Why are they behaving this way? If they weren't being supported for this bad behavior, they wouldn't be doing this bad behavior because they know that it wouldn't be profitable. You know what I'm saying? If you weren't being support, if you wasn't being paid for bad behavior because it's not profitable for you, you're not going to do that bad behavior. But once you start getting clout, views, clicks, money for behaving badly, what do I always say? You're going to have to up your ante. You're going to have to continue to do that bad behavior in order for you to garner the same crowds. Then all of a sudden, oh my God, this person is horrible. Well, how did it get that way? What you nurture will grow. What you nourish will flourish. Exactly. It's all about the money. And people say, well, that's not how they really are in real life. Well, I don't know how they are in real life. I don't know them in real life. All I know is what I see here on YouTube and what they choose to present here on YouTube. And that's another privilege of mine is having discernment. A privilege of mine is being able to see what's in front of me and not how I wish it would be. Do you think I want to wish to or see the worst in a lot of people on here? No. I want you to be the best you can be. I want you to actually nurture your talents, whatever your talents are. If your talent's singing, nourish that. If your talent's cooking, nurture that. If your talent is drawing, sketching, dancing, whatever, nurture that. I want you to be on here doing the bullshit and the fool la la. Am I a little bit messy at times? Yes. So I will watch a little bit messy every once in a while? Yes. But like I said, somehow I can just stomach Jay Wilson. I can't really stomach a Five A. Maybe it's all that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I just can't stomach Five A. Nothing against her. I said she can read and drag me all she wants to. But the reality is, baby, I don't watch you, so I don't know what you're saying about me. Whatever. I don't care. You know, she tried to get into with me a while ago, and it's like, girl, I don't have time for this. I'm not gonna feed you or your family. I'm not gonna get out and get a job. Should I work? I'm tired as hell right now. Working all this time. I've been working. I ain't gonna sit here and argue back and forth with you to help feed you. You want to sit on your ass all day? Please. I don't do lazy very well. I need to be constantly moving, constantly active, out there talking and socializing with people. But yeah, we need to stop acting as though that Villanova is the only one on here who may have used their a privilege of theirs to get what they want on here. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, that kid, like everyone always wants to change the narratives on here, whatever, to fit whatever narrative they want it to be, opposed to actually staying to what's going on. Okay, she was crying. Why was she crying? Has anyone ever asked her why she was crying? Did anyone ask Villanova why she was crying at that moment? What was she feeling to have her make her cry? Or we all assuming that we know what it was? Oh, it was light skin privilege. It was the woman privilege. It was her first time before. We don't know any of those things. All those things are assumptions, theories. But no one has anyone asked her, Villanova, baby, why was you crying? What's up, certified tech baby? How you doing, sweetheart? Welcome. Did anyone ask her, Villanova, sweetheart, why were you crying? What moved you to those type of emotions? And then she gave you the answer. Or are we all just assuming that because we think that, hey, C. Tyson, how you doing, baby? Because we think that we know. Because we want to spin a narrative. We want to tell a story. We want to, concoct something. Because we don't like her or we don't like the person she hangs out with. Like I said, I don't fuck with Fiber. I'm not going to, just because I didn't subscribe to Villanova, don't mean I'm not going to watch her. I can still watch you without subscribing to you. Like people don't say, like, I don't get that. Like, y'all act like it's black and white. There's a whole level of gray that you haven't even done. I'm good, baby. Thank you for asking. Just tired. Just got in from work not too long ago. I had a little slight headache, whatever, because I took it on to eat today. You know, like when you don't eat, you get those headaches, whatever. So when I got home, I ate, and then I took some ibuprofen to make sure that I was okay. I'm gonna lay down for a little bit before my husband comes home. But yeah, it's so funny to me how we think that our opinions is just that. Granted, we can stand fast in our opinions. We can stand solid in our opinions. We can stand 10 toes down in our opinions. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's correct, it's right. It doesn't necessarily mean that, yeah, I do. It doesn't mean that, what we think is necessarily what it is. At some point, we need to start looking outside of ourselves and looking outside of what we think and how we think to really try to find out what's really going on around us. That's why I think that I'm well-rounded in that way. And when I say that I'm different, that's what I mean. One of the things that I mean by that, because I don't always depend on my own understanding. I listen for understanding. I listen for comprehension. I watch for the same things. So what I may think it is may necessarily not. Sorry. May necessarily not be what it actually is. And I'm open to that. I'm open to being wrong. I'm open to not being correct in what I'm thinking at the moment. Yeah, hunger headache. That's what I had, definitely. Let's be honest, you so silly, baby. You so silly. But thank you, mama. But yeah, like, it's just is what it is. And it's so funny to me, like, I mean, I'm open enough and I'm articulate enough and I'm confident enough in who I am to say that. Like, I don't have to always be right. I can be wrong. I am wrong sometimes, but for the most part, whatever, when I'm saying certain things about stuff that's on here, it's based on what I see. So I'm not and I really am unbiased by it, unless it actually affect me. Like when you're lying specifically on me, yeah, it's a different type of reaction. But if I'm just talking about what I'm seeing on here and my reaction to it, it's truly unbiased. I'm not trying to get into a fight with anybody on here. I'm not trying to fight 5A, although I say I don't fool her like that. I'm not trying to fight her or deal with her like that on that level. That's not saying I won't or I can't. It's just I don't see the value in it for me. Me saying that I didn't subscribe to Villanova's channel, it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna watch her again if something comes up to where I am interested in it. I'm not subscribed to everybody. I don't want to give everyone my subscription like everyone want to give me their subscription. I think that I'm one of the most level-headed people on here who gives level-headed conversation and commentary on here, whatever. But not everyone wants that. They want the mess. They want the nonsense. They want the rah rah rah. And I'm not going to give you that. Even when I'm getting into a discussion with somebody or having a beef, quote unquote, beef with somebody, because I don't do beefing either. I don't do all that. But I'm 47 years old. What do I like beefing with somebody that I can't see, that I can't touch? What the please? I'll catch a plane if I want to really beef with you. Use something to beef about. All this, oh, keep it on YouTube. Watch your mouth, watch your tone. I told you, not everyone plays the same. Yeah. The thing is, there is a privilege of being fat as well. There's a privilege of being fat. It really, truly is. People will, like, if you're a fat person, people will help you out. If you can't walk or whatnot, people will bring stuff to you. That's a privilege. People will deliver stuff to you. You can do delivery or whatnot. Like, that can be considered a handicap. There is a privilege to that. Like, there's a privilege to all this stuff. And people act like, oh, well, it's just either male privilege or light skin privilege or woman and man privilege. No. There's all type of privileges out there that you take advantage of. Or that if you know what they are, and if you know who you are, you take advantage of it. It just is what it is. And my thing is, people are not honest enough with themselves to recognize or to understand or even be able to articulate what their privileges are. So therefore, they want to throw the sin off of themselves and put on somebody else by saying, "Oh, that person's taking advantage of something because of whatever, light skin or being a woman or being attractive or being an attractive light skinned woman." Come on now, stop it. That sounds so silly to me. Those tears that Villanova shed, I guess, for me, had nothing to do with her being light skinned, fairly attractive, or being a woman. To me, it came out of frustration. It came out of frustration. Probably her emotions was on high because she was still vibrating from what's been going on. Not everyone likes drama. Not everyone likes to argue. Not everyone is here to roast, read, drag, and gag people. Like, to me, that's the most asinine thing that I hear on here. Oh, well, this is the beef circle. That's what we do. We like to roll, and it's so fun. Is it really fun, or is it sad? Is it really fun, or is it sad? Because if that's all you do and that's all you think is fun, that's how you entertain with people that you don't know, and that's what your idea of entertainment is, that says a lot more about you than it says about anyone else. People don't realize, well, I say that a lot because what we do says a lot about us opposed to what we're actually saying and doing. What we say and do says a lot more about us. It really, truly does. I'll be boring. I'll be all the things people call me what's not. I'm fine. Because the reality is, I live the way I live. I am who I am, and it's been working for me. And thus far, I haven't been on here changing jobs left and right. I haven't been on here asking for money, wet begging or dry begging. Everything that I have, I say I have. Everything that I show you is mine. You know, I've never been on here asking for anything. I never had a wish list. I didn't even let you guys know when my birthday actually was because I didn't want people feeling obligated to give me anything, to send me something, although people may want to. No, I don't want that from you guys. I just want you guys to respect the commentary, like who I am, truly understand who I am was not. So you can't either like it or dislike it. Giving me money doesn't help you, doesn't help me. Well, it helps me, well, it's not, but it doesn't help you get to know me by giving me money. So that's why I didn't give you my exact birthday. And when I was talking to people behind the scenes, they're like, "Oh, your birthday's coming up, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." The answer was yeah. The answer was, "Oh yeah, it's on." Because y'all have to realize also people can dox you based on your birthday. Y'all didn't know that? They have your real name, what city you live in, and your birthday. You're doxxed. And then you wonder why people doxed you. Oh, how they dox you, how they look up your job, how they look up your home, how they look up your landlords and things of that nature, your realtor offices, how they look up your church. Because you on here dry begging and wet begging for birthday money. You on here with dry begging and wet begging for people to help you out, to take care of you. Opposed to you getting off your ass, get off your fucking ass and go to work. I love hearing that people say that. Like that's like, although it came from the wrong person, that's a great message. Get off your fucking ass and work. But yeah, I'm just saying, y'all. But people really need to recognize the privilege that they have, truly understand it. But that's also part of not understanding self. I don't care how much confidence you say you have in who you are. Clearly, you don't have confidence if you're thinking that someone else is using a privilege that you don't possess to get something that you can't acquire. This is what it is. And it may be me being a little cocky, a little bit of arrogant, what's not, or truly understanding that, you know what I'm saying, who I am is a privilege. How I look is a privilege. And I use it to every advantage I possibly can. It pushes me forward. It builds me up. It does. I ain't gonna sit here and lie, be like, oh no, I'm not. No, I am. I'm all that. And then some. If I could, I would. Think that's crazy, but it is what it is. Like, I may not be your type of shit. Hell, I'm more your type than not. And that goes for anybody, man, woman, female, gay, straight, whatever. It is what it is. I know what I do. I know how I walk into a room. I know what the attention I get when I walk in a room, and that's a privilege. It's a privilege to even recognize it and to understand it and to know it and not use it to, like, in a harmful way. Like, I don't walk around acting like I'm all that shit. I walk around with come knowing who I am, and that's it. I'm quiet. Like, funny thing is, people think that I'm this. I don't know what y'all think. I really don't care what y'all think. Whatever. I won't say I don't care, but I don't know what people think of me, what's not. But when people get mad, they true feelings come out, and it's always riddled in jealousy and envy to me anyway. But because if you can't tell me exactly what it is, then it's riddled in envy and jealousy. But yesterday, when people found out that I do YouTube, they're like, "You don't seem like you have personality." They're like, "Why?" I asked them why. They're like, "Well, because you're kind of introverted in real life," and I am. I'm an introvert playing it as an extrovert in real life because I really don't care enough to insert myself into pretty much anything that isn't for my betterment. So when insert myself into stuff was not, that don't sound right. But when I actually get involved with things, it's because I think I can make a difference. I think I can make a change. I think I have a voice in the situation was not that is going to help it for the better, and it's going to help me for make me a better person. So yeah, that's why when people found out that I did YouTube yesterday, they were like, "What?" I mean, you're cool as hell, was that, but you don't really seem like that person, like you seeking that attention. I don't, and I tell them I don't seek that attention. My numbers are very small. My numbers are very whatever, you know what I'm saying, and I'm very comfortable with that. I'm not trying to be the top YouTube person in this sector. I'm not trying to do stuff to make me trend. Because like I said, I have stuff going on in my real life that if the wrong thing goes out, it can possibly, not saying it will, but it can possibly damage me in my professional brand. So I'm not trying to be out here doing a bunch of wild, crazy things. And yes, have I cussed people out before? Oh, yes, I will. Will I do it again? Oh, yes, I will. Will I drag a bitch by their damn eyelids across these streets? Yes, I will. But at the same time, that's not my persona in real life. So it's not gonna be my persona on here. I'm laid back and cool till you fuck with me. Right. Introvert with extroverted tendencies. Yeah. So a lot of people think that I'm an extrovert as well because I mean I'm silly, I'm fun, all this stuff. But reality is, with if I had a choice, I'd be in this house just chilling by myself. Don't even have I don't have to have my husband around. You know, I'm comfortable with me. I'm extremely comfortable with who I am. And that's a privilege in itself. Being comfortable with who you are, being able to stand by yourself, to be by yourself, and still not feel lonely or alone. A lot of people have to have people around them all the time, have to have all this admiration and all this stuff. I don't need all that. I really, truly don't. I'm comfortable with who I am and how I exist in this world, in this space that is mine. I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with also the spaces that is not mine. I can go into a room and be extremely comfortable with a crowd of people. But I don't need that to make me feel like I'm somebody. I don't need to come on here every day, all day long, was not to tell my opinion or get some advice or give y'all advice. I don't need all that. I really truly don't. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, being able to recognize the privileges that we have within ourselves, being able to recognize the privileges that we are as people is really important. It really is a skill set that we all should have. People exhaust you. You know, I be like, oh, aren't y'all exhausted? Aren't y'all just tired? Because it'd be like, oh, it'd be a lot. It'd be a lot. It'd be a lot. And I don't have the energy. I spend so much time working, literally working in real life, than to come on YouTube or come on social media to, you know what I'm saying, having to deal with it too. That's too much. Let me breathe. Let me just chill for a second. But yeah, y'all, being able to recognize people's privileges, being able to call a thing, and not be biased in how you see things because you may not like an individual, you may not care for an individual, and that's why I'm not. I don't want anyone to think that I don't like Villanova or I don't really truly. Cause I don't know if I bay enough was not, but what I've seen of her was not. I'm not too fond of that quality in people. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't like these individuals or no, these are bad individuals. I'm just saying I just can't support people that I think are bad people or who not people for me. You know, you may be different, but as hard as you go for this individual, it's just something that I have to question. It gives me pause, if that makes sense. And I said that was not to listen. No, although I may not too much care for individuals, I'm still open enough to see you for who you are. If you just been good and a bad or something happened to you or a label is placed on you that does not fit on you, I'm open to that as well. So it's not like I'm so close minded to where my opinion is my opinion and that's it. It's not never going to change. It may change tomorrow. It may change by something happens, but at the same time, you know, I'm really comfortable and confident in what I say and what I do and why I say it and why I do it. I don't want anyone to think that I have anything out for anyone because I don't. Because I don't know anyone that way or well enough to have anything out for you. But at the same time, like I said, I gave the conversation the way I gave it because I want you all to understand that I'm not on Villanova's side. I'm not on her team. I don't take her side. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, don't try to put a narrative out there that is not an accurate narrative. Because you know, these people on here, they don't think for themselves. And what we say and what is said often enough then becomes true. And I don't want anyone to think that, you know what I'm saying, that's what she's doing and hold that over her head. And that's not an accurate narrative based on what I've seen thus far. Like I said, based on what I've seen thus far, that's not an accurate narrative. She's articulate, she seems to be intelligent, you know what I'm saying? She seems to have, you know what I'm saying, everything pulled together, but there's just that one thing that won't let me hit that subscribe button. It's just that one thing. I just can't. It's not that important to me talking in people's chats or being seen in people's chats. It's not important for me. I'm not a picky type of person. Ooh, see me, look at me, y'all look at me, y'all look at me. This is what I'm doing, y'all. Ooh. That's not who I am. Anyways, y'all, I didn't want much. Want to keep it around an hour. It's about an hour now. Love you guys so much for being here. Thanks so much for being here, supporting and so please like the video on the way out, you guys. I definitely would appreciate it. But as always, you know what I say. It's not important that I love you guys. It's important that you love yourself, you love someone else, you respect yourself, and you definitely respect someone else, you guys. Like I said, and please stop allowing people to tell you what your narrative is or what narrative they want you to believe based on their own biases. Allow yourself to see what's there in front of you. Y'all have a great evening. Y'all have a great day. I'm trying to get some rest before my husband comes home so I can spend some time with him this evening. And yeah, hope y'all have a great day. Love you guys. This your boy Food Junkie. I'm out. Peace, y'all.